Welcome to the Joyful Movement Podcast, where we redefine exercise as an act of self care and move for our mental health. Here, we break free from diet culture and the obsession with skinniness, shifting the focus to longevity, vitality, and feeling amazing in our body. Movement should be joyful, accessible, and empowering for everyone, no matter your size, shape, age, or fitness level. So let's make exercise something you want to do for your sanity and not your vanity. Ready to move with joy? Let's dive in. And now, here's your host, Snigdha.
Hey everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic week. Today we're diving into a question that's been on my mind lately. Is strong a feeling? We often think of strength as something external like muscles, lifting heavy, or pushing our physical limits. But today I want to explore strength and what that really means. What if strength is something we feel? What if strength is something that extends beyond how much weight we can lift or how far we can run? What if strength is in our everyday movement? What if strength is in our mindset? What if strength is in the way we show up for ourselves? So today we're going to break that down and talk about how movement, no matter what kind, can help us feel strong in ways that go far beyond just physical strength. We aren't out here comparing our quads or giving awards for who can deadlift the most weight. So, what does it mean to feel strong? Let's start with the obvious. When we say someone is, quote, strong, we typically think about their physical strength. We picture someone deadlifting twice their body weight, running a marathon, or holding a really advanced yoga pose. But have you ever had a moment where you felt strong and that had nothing to do with what you looked like or how much weight you lifted? And the story you tell yourself of when you feel strong can vary each day or even person to person. I know that I felt really strong for the first time when I was able to lift a little bit more than my usual weight when I was doing some squats. And the guy after me was able to do triple my squat weight and do his squats, but I felt strong because I had reached my new peak. My mom felt strong when she was able to finally hold a plank for 30 seconds without collapsing. Everybody feels strong in different ways. Maybe it was when you made it to the gym on a day you really didn't feel like going. Maybe it was when you went for a long walk after a tough day and realized you felt lighter, more energized, and more in control. That's strength too. Strength is about how movement makes you feel, whether it's capable, resilient, grounded, or even just more connected to yourself. Have you ever noticed how movement impacts your mood? How going for a walk, stretching before bed, or dancing around in your kitchen makes you feel better, calmer, or just a little more like yourself? That's because movement isn't just about the body, it's about the mind too. This is because movement has been proven to boost endorphins, lower stress and anxiety levels, and improve confidence and self-trust. And here's the best part. You don't have to be an athlete to feel this way. Strength doesn't mean you have to deadlift your body weight or run 10 miles. It can mean choosing to move in a way that makes you feel good, no matter what that looks like for you. For example, I remember a time when I was struggling to stay consistent with movement. I thought I had to do these intense workouts every day to be strong. And then I realized strength isn't about intensity. It's about consistency. Even a 10-minute walk counts. Trying something new or just moving for a few minutes can leave you feeling proud of yourself. There are so many ways to feel strong, and not all of them have to do with lifting weights or looking like a bulky or a muscly person. You don't need big triceps to feel strong. You don't need big muscles to feel strong. Here are a few examples. There is mobility and flexibility strength, which is the ability to move pain-free and feel fluid in your body. Ever touched your toes for the first time in years? That's a win. A friend of mine recently learned to do the splits. And so for her to achieve this, she would have needed to strengthen her hamstrings, hip flexors, glutes, and abductors by adding a wider range of motion and adding various other stretches. Then there's physical strength. To me, being physically strong means being able to carry my groceries in one trip and noticing that I'm not out of breath, or holding a pose longer than before, or lifting something that I couldn't last month. I recently had to carry my mom's dog out of my car, and this dog is fairly heavy. He's a medium-sized dog, and that to me felt like physical strength. Then there is endurance strength. The feeling of pushing through when you want to stop, whether it's a workout, a run, or even just a long walk after a tough day. And of course, there is emotional strength. Moving even when it feels hard or even when you want to cry. Moving is showing up for yourself even when motivation is low. That's strength. And last, but certainly not the least, is joyful strength. This is the moment you realize you actually enjoy movement. Not because you have to, but because it makes you feel good. This is also inner strength because movement is an act of advocating for yourself. Yes, there is a pile of laundry, or yes, you could be studying or working on something, but you're choosing to move your body because it feels joyous and makes you feel good. For me, there have been so many times where movement had nothing to do with my body or what my body looked like, but everything to do with how I felt. Have you ever had one of those workouts where you weren't trying to hit a personal best, but by the end, you just felt more in tune with yourself? I remember this one time when I was following along to a weights class. It's the feeling right after the class where I felt so strong and capable. So, what if it's not about looks? One of the biggest problems with social media and fitness culture and our society in general is that strength is often portrayed as looking a certain way. So I'm talking about six-pack abs, lean muscles, perfectly styled gym outfits, and expensive gadgets. But true strength doesn't have a look. A mom who carries her toddler all day? Strong. A runner who's been training for years? Strong. Someone recovering from an injury and had to relearn how to walk or even sit up? Also strong. It's time we redefine strength, not as an aesthetic goal, but as a feeling of empowerment that comes from moving your body in a way that works for you. One big takeaway for me as I've started this movement journey is that I'm constantly reminded that strength truly comes in various shapes and sizes. I've seen women who might look quote unquote chubbier by society's standards, but they are able to lift their entire body and go upside down on a pole during a pole dancing class. Or I've seen men who don't look like your typical swimmers, but they are able to do laps and laps consistently without stopping in the swimming pool. I even have a friend that looks like she doesn't really work out at all, but when I did a weights-focused leg day with her, she was able to squat way heavier weights than I was able to do. And just because someone looks strong physically and has that muscle definition does not mean that they are indeed strong. So, how do we cultivate that feeling of strength? If strength is a feeling, how do we tap into it? How do we create movement routines that actually make us feel good instead of just focusing on what we should be doing? If you've been consistently listening, you're probably picking up on the themes of these episodes. Number 1, find movement that feels good for you. If you hate running, you don't have to do it. Maybe you love swimming, dancing, yoga, aerial classes with those silks. Whatever makes you feel alive and capable is what matters. Number 2, notice the small wins. Strength isn't just about lifting more or running faster, and it's definitely not about having toned arms or back muscles. Maybe it's the fact that you don't get as tired chasing your kids around, or picking up the dog in my mom's case. Maybe it's standing up straighter and having better posture. Maybe it's feeling more awake throughout the day. Or like me, I finally don't get back pain every time I do a Romanian deadlift because I finally nailed the posture for it. Number 3, ditch the comparison. Social media will try and tell you that strong looks one way. For instance, it will show a mother of two having a six-pack telling you that it's totally possible to do it. Or it will show you 20-year-olds having toned arms. But true strength is deeply personal. Your version of strength may look different from someone else's, and that's okay. You get to decide what the feeling of strength is for you. Number 4, listen to your body. Strength isn't about pushing through pain or exhaustion. True strength is knowing when to rest, when to recover, and when to challenge yourself in a way that feels good. If there is one thing I want you to take away from this episode, it's that strength is yours to define. It's not about looking a certain way. It's about feeling capable, resilient, and empowered. So, is strong a feeling? Absolutely. If you've ever doubted whether you're strong enough, I want you to ask yourself, what makes you feel strong? Is it lifting a certain weight that you can bench press? Is it moving without pain? Is it finally getting the posture or sequence right? Is it dancing like no one's watching? Is it dancing and knowing that you are finally not out of breath after you finish the dance class? Whatever it is, honor it, own it, celebrate it. Because yes, strong is a feeling and you deserve to feel it. I'll share another recent win of mine with you. I was taking some swimming lessons and I finally was able to swim a full lane without feeling overwhelmed or nervous. I was able to remain calm as I swam and timed my breathing correctly. And that shift alone, where I wasn't overwhelmed anymore and I wasn't as nervous, made me feel strong. Because feeling strong is about more than just fitness. It's about showing up for yourself, trusting your body, putting in the time and staying consistent, not getting overwhelmed, and moving in a way that makes you feel powerful, not punished. So go out there and move, not to fit into a mold, but to feel your own version of strong. That's it for today's episode. I hope this conversation helped shift the way you think about strength. I hope you get to tap into that feeling of strength as you move through your week. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to leave a review and share it with a friend. As always, keep moving and keep redefining what strength means for you. See you next time. Hydration is everything. Whether you're hitting the gym, going for a run, or just tackling a busy day, staying properly hydrated keeps you feeling and performing at your best. That's why I love Canada Rock Hydration. They are a Canadian electrolytes brand and use 100% Canadian sea salt. It's packed with essential electrolytes to help you recover, rehydrate, and keep moving without compromising on flavor. Plus, no artificial junk, just clean, effective hydration. When you sign up for their newsletter, you get 10% off your first order. So why wait? Stay fueled, stay refreshed, and grab yours today. Their link is in the show notes below.
Thanks for listening. Please rate and review the podcast as we'd love to hear your feedback. If you love what you're hearing and want to take the next step further, please visit www.joyfulmovement.ca.